Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Dalton at Daltonian95 coming with another Transformers Shattered Glass video, and that is going to be the Shattered Glass Decepticon Slicer with Exo-suit. Now, you might be wondering where Exo-suit is. I will explain that here shortly. But right off the bat, I've got a few issues with this. First of all, calling him Slicer when he is supposed to be Shattered Glass Wheeljack in the comics. I don't know why they didn't call him just Shattered Glass, or, Autobot's Wheeljack. I mean, granted, yes, the colors are taken from the Slicer, and that now it's just causing more confusion, especially with the whole Magic the Gathering thing. Just call him Wheeljack. It's supposed to be Shattered Glass Wheeljack. Call him Wheeljack. Because now we're getting a positive universe Slicer that is in Armada Wheeljack colors, and that's just making things even more confusing. So I don't know why they did this, why they even gave him just the regular Decepticon symbol. I mean, it's kind of the pinkish color. We'll look at that when we open them up. But I just want to start off with that little bit of a rant. And I wish I could get another one of these without the Exo-suit. So if anyone is selling their Slicer, or, Shattered Glass Slicer without the Exo-suit, please hit me up and we'll talk about it. So anyways, yeah, there he is, robot mode. Or, just side shot. And then, of course, 18 steps and then 10 steps for Exo-suit. Slicer is a mad scientist, always working to prove that his inventions are useful and important. That sounds a lot like Wheeljack. And, of course, there's the comic cover by Casey Collier. So, I'll check that up later. So, yeah, let's get this guy open and check him out. Alright, so there's the Exo-suit. So right off the bat, after that opening, if you're going to charge for nearly leader class pricing, create a new box. Don't just shove it in a deluxe box with another deluxe in here to where parts can be damaged or paint could be damaged. This is getting ridiculous, Hasbro. You should know better than this. You are better than this. It's ridiculous. So let's get on to the actual review. And here we have Slicer, or, supposed to be Shattered Glass Wheeljack, out of his packaging. Now, just for this, I'm going to refer to it as just regular Slicer because he does have just the plain old kind of pinkish purple Decepticon symbol. So I might get another one at a later date. Like I said, if anyone has one that they just don't want without the Exo-suit, let me know. But in the meantime, let's look at this guy. He does look really good. I love the shade of blue. Of course, the painted on gray. Is it the gray? Yeah, the gray is painted on in some areas. In some areas, it's blue with black paint. You get the clear red with the red stripe around here. Mine's got a couple little paint blemishes, but nothing too severe. Got some red and black here on the shins to match up with the stripes on the front hood here. Got red for the lights. Of course, you got that kind of bronze or copper color for like the slinky face, and then more of a gold color on the inside. Bring my lights around so you can get a better look. There you go. Then the red eyes. Of course, the blue plastic here with the black paint on the inside. Silver rims, and that same copper color on the center of the waist piece. It looks like his thighs are black but painted that light gray. Now, as far as accessories goes, he does have the same launcher as Wheeljack with the red missile. Go ahead and pop that up here on his shoulder. And his other weapons, you get these, which are an homage to Downshift from Energon, which also was used for the BotCon 2010 Wheeljack, or Slicer. And these can just pop right into his hands. They're made of translucent plastic. So you got a kind of a double-barreled shotgun. And then this one here. Then you can still use blast effects on this one. This one, however, is not compatible with blast effects. So there's Slicer. And then here is Exo-suit, and that's all this is referred to as. It's just Shattered Glass Exo-suit. He does have the heroic Decepticon symbol there. So, got that going on. So, out of these two, this is the only actual Shattered Glass character here. This Slicer here is more of regular universe Slicer, like I said. But yeah, it's in the colors of Slicer's classic Exo-suit buggy thing. So you got the red, black, kind of this hot pink, silver, a little bit of gray. Get the silver visor. And it's still, you know, full-on weaponizer. So we'll go ahead and put some parts on Wheeljack here. Just get through this real fast. So you got that. Or on Slicer, I keep saying Wheeljack. I mean, it is technically Shattered Glass Wheeljack. I don't know why they didn't call him Wheeljack in the comic. But, I don't know. Alright, so as far as these goes, we'll take this all off here. We'll put these on the back of his legs, just like that. Take this off. And one thing I've seen people do is plug these back here. Then have the arms kind of drape over this. And then have those plug in to there. Have that going on there. And then have this arm mounted blade here. And this can just, I just flip this peg out. The head doesn't really go anywhere. So just plug this into his back. There, like that. And for weapons, plug this onto here like that. Have this on his forearm. And then use that one. So there you got Slicer with his Exo-suit. Yeah, this one's not the best, but I've seen one where you have them kind of like up like that. I think it's up like that. Have the foot out. I can't remember how it's done, but there's a way to make that his actual leg. I'd have to look it up later and try it out. But yeah, that's, I mean, him with the Exo-suit, so we'll just take all this off. And I can't remember how Mark had it for the stream or whatever. Make it actually like a little buggy. I know he had these out. I believe this was still all connected. Like that. I think maybe this was up and around like this. And he was sat down like Oh, take these off. These plug into the back of the legs right here. So like that. That propped up against his back like that. Then that would be there. I think these were still up above his shoulders like that, with the arms coming down. Wrong side. Kind of. See, I can't remember how it was done. It was something like that, to this effect. So, yeah, I mean, it kind of looks okay as like a little buggy for him to ride around on. But still kind of a weak design. Honestly, I wish it was just Slicer or Shattered Glass Wheeljack by himself. I get what they're trying to do to homage the original Action Master toy. So there's Slicer. Let's put his spoiler pieces back on him. Okay, that's on the wrong side. There we go. I know we're 10 minutes in, we're still in robot mode, but we're getting there. All right, send back to the side. Let's get the Exo-suit back together here so we can go over everything. I mean, articulation is still all the same. Like, still got all the same engineering, but just to show. You still got the head on a swivel, shoulders technically on a swivel, and a hinge here with the transformation being just popping apart. Bicep swivel, wrist swivel, 90 degrees at the elbow, 360 at the waist. Oh, the thighs pop up. I forgot it was the thighs that pop up, not the waist. Oh no, the waist does pop up. Never mind. Forward and back at the hips, all the way out. Of course, thigh swivel, more than 90 at the knee, and then ankle tilt. So yeah, for Slicer, head is on a ball joint, though mine is very tight. Full up and down at the shoulder. 2 hinges so you can get up to there. I feel like that's a good amount. To get a bicep swivel, a 90-degree elbow, wrist swivel, waist swivel, forward and back at the hips, all the way out, thigh swivel, 90 degrees at the knee. Get a little bit of foot movement here with the way it's designed for transformation, and to there for the ankles. So get this guy in vehicle mode. It is still fairly simple. Just straighten out the hands here, then rotate those 90 degrees to where it's like that. Just get them out here to the side. Go ahead and untab the chest, bring that section down, bring down the head, rotate the waist. Go ahead and bring down the feet until they're down like that. Slide these sections up, and before you flip them all the way, bring up the last bit of the windshield. And that will just collapse into there. Same thing on this side. Just collapse it all in. Make sure it's all tabbed together. Then here on the shoulders, want to bring them up on that double hinge. Tab that in. Bring the arm, elbow down. Up, elbow down. Tab that all together. Make sure that's tabbed in there. If it doesn't give you any fits. All right, I'm going to take these off just for the moment, just so I can line up that tab. There we go. All right, then for the spoiler pieces, just plug those back on, make sure got them the right way. There we go. And there we have Slicer in vehicle mode, looking really awesome. I love the Lancia the Lancia styled car in this color scheme, the primary black with the secondary blue, spoiler being blue, the blue intake here on the roof of the car, the nice red domed visor. And you got that little streak right here. The blue back at the exhaust and these, I guess, taillights. Rolls really well. For his accessories, you can plug that up on there if you want to. And then for these, now since they're homaging the original Energon version, I believe it's this side goes here. Yep, and then that untabs and folds down. This one plugs in, folds down. So there you have him with his kind of Energon downshift style weapons in the back. This one isn't stainless steel. I don't want to force it since it is translucent plastic. I do not want it to break. But again, it is still blast effect compatible. So you can have that one there. And let's go ahead and get Exo-suit. Actually, first, let's go into his weapon mode. Actually turn him into the spear and use that for Black Zarek. There's one option you can have. If I can remember how to put the spear together. Puts these two connected to this. Is it? Can't remember which way it is now. There we go. So just like that. Then connect it back to here. Then plugs into the arms, which then plug into each other like that. And there you have the Tyrant Spear mode that you can have with your Black Zarek. And then this piece kind of can just be off to the side. So yeah, there's your Tyrant Spear. So get him into his actual vehicle mode. Go ahead and collapse that down. Hold up the feet. And this will just... Actually, no, this stays connected. And then it folds up. Because then these will tab into there, creating a little bumper. Plug in, bring around, tab onto there. And this folds right back up like that. And its head facing this way. Plug that into there. And this peg will, these tabs will just go right onto, or these slots will go onto these tabs. These pegs will kind of just go right next to those. It's not the most secure connection. It does work. And that will just plug on into, come on, to there like that. And there we have Exo-suit in the actual vehicle mode. And then this will just plug right back into the back of the head. I can't remember where that tab goes. Because there's a tab right, or a slot there for a little tab. Or maybe that's for, man, it's been so long, or, no. Honestly, can't remember this. What goes, oh, that's for a Titan Master, never mind. So yeah, that just plugs right back into there like that. And then you have the Titan Master sitting, here's the seat, so yeah, there's Exo-suit and Slicer in their vehicle modes. And they look good. I mean, Slicer definitely looks a lot better, but the colors are on Exo-suit are pretty striking, so. But let's go ahead and get these guys back in robot mode and go from there. Everything untabbed here. Just go ahead and bring the arms down. Bring up these spoiler sections in the head. We rotate. Bring up the roof. Make sure we get that over the tab for the head. Straighten those out, bring those down, out, down, and just fully straighten them out until they tab in. Straighten out the feet. Get him in his shoulder launcher. And then his two weapons here. Oh, forgot we gotta finish straightening out the arms. There we go. So there is Slicer back in robot mode. And then for Exo-suit, let's basically take the whole thing apart. The feet. Bring that all down. Remove the blade. This will just tab into there. This just sits on the back. His arms back on. Either have him with both weapons like that, or have one up there while he's holding the little dagger. And there we have Slicer and Exo-suit. So, yeah. I mean, like I said at the beginning, I'm pretty irritated with the fact that they're putting him in the Shattered Glass universe and just calling him Slicer with a regular Decepticon symbol, when he should be Shattered Glass Wheeljack with an Autobot, a purple Autobot symbol. And the fact that this guy was packed in paper, just packed in this, with no regard to, you know, protecting him. Like, yeah, there's not a ton of paint, but still, there is still potential for paint chipping or just damage done to the figure. I don't know. I feel like this whole set right here could have been handled a lot better. And being still opposing forces, because you've got a regular Decepticon and a heroic Decepticon. So these two would be adversaries and not really working together unless, you know, Slicer from regular universe is taking the heroic Decepticon corpse and using it as an Exo-suit. So that's the only way I could see this working out. I mean, even if he was an Autobot, they'd still be adversaries, and he'd be using basically a undead heroic Decepticon as a... I don't know. I think it could have been handled better. They look visually good, like just from a design, or not design, but from a marketing standpoint, this does not work. So I do hope to get another Slicer, or I might just get another whole set and sell the Exo-suit. So if anyone's interested in just the Exo-suit, let me know. Or if anyone has a Slicer that they want to sell me, just let me know. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this kind of all over the place ranting video that's taking, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes longer than it should. So I'm going to stop rambling there, and I will see you guys in the next video.